Have you ever wondered if there might be a simple, natural way to restore vitality and circulation, not with pills or procedures, but with something so ordinary it's probably already in your kitchen? What if I told you about a discovery from Japan that's turning heads in medical circles? A discovery showing that a specific cold drink, one most people overlook completely, can dramatically improve blood flow in just 7 minutes? I'm Dr. Kaya, a men's health specialist with over 3 decades of experience helping men reclaim their energy, confidence, and vitality. And today I want to share something that might surprise you and potentially change everything for thousands of men who thought those days were behind them. Now, before you dismiss this as another miracle cure claim, let me explain why this is different. This isn't about exotic ingredients or expensive supplements. It's about 2 simple components you likely have at home right now: coconut water and fresh mint leaves. But don't let the simplicity fool you. When prepared correctly, these everyday items work together in a powerful way to support healthy circulation, especially where older men struggle most. Let me take you through exactly how this works, why it matters, and what real men are experiencing when they make this drink part of their daily routine. If you're interested in natural ways to boost your energy and vitality after 60, consider subscribing now. We share practical, science-backed tips specifically designed for men like you. And if this message resonates with you, type 1 in the comments below. If not, type 0 and let me know how else I can support your journey. All right, let's get to the heart of this matter. You see, most men over 60 believe their declining physical performance is simply due to age. But the truth is often more complex. The real issue for many men isn't aging itself, it's poor circulation that creeps in quietly over time. Without strong blood flow, particularly to the lower body, even the healthiest lifestyle habits won't deliver their full benefits. That's why understanding how this simple drink helps unlock better circulation is such a crucial first step toward regaining your vitality. The science behind the surprise. When I first heard claims that a basic cold drink could significantly improve blood flow in just minutes, I was skeptical, like any good physician would be. But then I saw the research. I reviewed the data. And most importantly, I listened to my patients. Men in their late 60s and 70s, many of whom had quietly struggled with intimacy issues and fading confidence, began sharing unexpected improvements, sometimes within 10 minutes of drinking this mixture, sometimes within days. The ingredients couldn't be simpler: chilled coconut water and a few fresh mint leaves. But when combined, they trigger something remarkable. Coconut water is naturally packed with potassium and magnesium, minerals essential for relaxing blood vessels and promoting healthy circulation. Unlike sugary drinks, it hydrates in a balanced way that supports your body's fluid and electrolyte needs without causing sugar spikes. Then there's the mint. Those fresh leaves contain natural compounds that ease inflammation, soothe digestion, and yes, support healthy blood flow. More importantly, they create a cooling effect in the body that triggers a fascinating physiological response. When we consume something cold, our bodies instinctively redirect blood toward vital organs to maintain core temperature. Combined with the circulation-enhancing nutrients in coconut water, this redirection begins stimulating areas that may have felt sluggish or unresponsive for years. This isn't about miracle cures. It's about creating the right conditions for your body to respond the way nature intended. A simple intentional act taken daily can bring moments of calm, clarity, and connection, both physically and emotionally. And here's what truly amazed me. It's not just that this works, but how quickly it works. That speed led me to discover the optimal way to prepare this drink for maximum effect. Let me show you exactly how. Once I understood the potential power of this combination, I started recommending it to some of my older patients, men in their late 60s and early 70s who had resigned themselves to diminished vitality. One patient, Carl, age 73, shared, "Doc, I didn't change anything else, just started drinking that cold glass in the morning, and something came back. Here's how you make it. Start with 4 to 6 ounces of pure, unsweetened coconut water. No added sugars or flavorings. Pour it into a glass and add 3 or 4 fresh mint leaves. Gently crush the leaves with the back of a spoon to release their essential oils. This infusion is where the magic happens. Place the glass in the fridge and let it chill for at least 10 minutes. Some of my patients prepare it the night before, keeping it chilled overnight so it's ready first thing in the morning. Drink it slowly, ideally on an empty stomach in the morning or before going for a short walk. Don't rush it. Let your body absorb it mindfully. This small act of self-care sends a powerful message to your body. You still matter. Now, you might be wondering, why does this simple drink work so quickly? What's happening inside your body during those first 7 minutes that makes such a difference? Let's explore that next, because once you understand this mechanism, you'll never look at cold drinks or your circulation the same way again. Honestly, even I was surprised by how fast this drink can make a difference. As a physician, I'm trained to expect gradual improvements over weeks or months, but seeing changes in minutes, that demanded explanation. The answer lies in your body's natural response to cold combined with key nutrients. When you drink something icy, your body activates vasoconstriction, tightening blood vessels to preserve core temperature. But shortly after comes the rebound effect, vasodilation, the widening of blood vessels to restore normal flow. This rebound effect becomes powerful when paired with the potassium and magnesium from coconut water. Potassium helps regulate heart rhythms and opens up blood vessels, allowing oxygen-rich blood to reach neglected areas like pelvic floor and penile tissues. Magnesium relaxes muscles and reduces inflammation in blood vessel walls, making circulation smoother and more efficient. The mint enhances this process by cooling the body internally, soothing digestion, and directing blood exactly where it's needed most. What's beautiful about this process is its natural elegance. There's no chemical stimulation, no artificial spike, just your body responding to the right signals. I've seen it work on men who'd nearly given up hope. One gentleman, age 76, described it as flipping a switch I thought had broken years ago. That kind of experience is becoming increasingly common, telling us we've been overlooking something simple yet powerful all along. So what kind of results can you expect if you make this a daily habit? The answer is encouraging and surprisingly specific. Let me show you what can start happening in just 7 days. I always tell my patients not to expect miracles overnight, but to pay close attention to how their bodies respond over the next week. When you consistently nourish your body with something that supports circulation, hydration, and nerve function, your body doesn't just react, it begins to remember how it's supposed to feel. Around day 2 or 3, some men report waking up with firmer morning erections, not every time, but enough to notice. Often, this is the first sign that blood is flowing more freely through the pelvic region. Others mention feeling more alert, more balanced throughout the day. One gentleman, age 68, shared, "It wasn't just down there. I felt sharper, steadier, like I had more in the tank." By the end of the week, men who had struggled with heaviness in the legs, cold feet, or that dull, drained feeling after meals, often report a noticeable shift. The combination of minerals and hydration in coconut water, plus the cooling anti-inflammatory effects of mint, help reduce bloating and ease blood vessel tension. This leads to more energy, better digestion, and for many, renewed interest in intimacy. But what strikes me most is how many men describe an emotional change. They feel hopeful again, motivated, like something is beginning to work with them rather than against them. This subtle boost in confidence isn't just psychological. It's biochemical. It's physical. It's very real. I always say, if your body can show that kind of shift in just 1 week, imagine what's possible in 1 month. But here's the thing. The drink alone isn't the whole story. There are simple habits you can add that multiply its effect, and they don't require more time, effort, or money. In fact, you might already be doing them without realizing their power. Let me show you how to turn this into a complete morning routine that works quietly but powerfully in your favor. The emotional impact. Over my 3 decades working with men, I've learned that behind the lab results and blood pressure numbers, there's often a quiet pain, the feeling of being disconnected from yourself, from your partner, from the version of you that used to feel strong and in control. What I've discovered is this: when a man starts to feel his body working again, even in small ways, something deeper begins to heal. This drink may seem like just a glass of cold coconut water with mint, but to many of my patients, it's become much more. It's a small moment each day that reconnects them to a sense of agency, of doing something positive for themselves. When they notice changes, even subtle ones like more warmth in the legs, less bloating, or a stronger response during intimate moments, it sparks a shift not just in circulation, but in confidence. One patient shared, "It wasn't just that I felt better. I looked at myself in the mirror and didn't feel invisible anymore." That kind of transformation doesn't come from medication. It comes from restoring belief. Belief that your body still responds, that you're not beyond help, that you're still capable. And when a man starts to believe in his own vitality again, everything else in his life begins to shift too. How he moves, how he speaks, how he connects. That's the real impact. It's not about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming presence. Pair it with these gentle habits. The beauty of creating this emotional momentum is that you'll want to keep it going. And the easiest way to do that is by reinforcing this ritual with a few incredibly simple daily habits. These don't require supplements or gym time, just quiet, consistent actions that amplify results naturally. Start with movement. Not intense workouts, just a 10-minute walk in the morning right after your drink, or light stretches by the window, even gentle leg raises while seated. Movement tells your blood where to go, and the drink gives it the fuel to get there. Next, have a small protein-based snack about 15 to 20 minutes after your drink. Something like a hard-boiled egg, a few almonds, or whole grain toast with nut butter. This helps stabilize blood sugar and prolong the energy from the coconut water's minerals. Another habit I recommend, deep breathing. Sounds too simple, but slow, deliberate breaths help dilate blood vessels and reduce stress, a silent enemy of energy and intimacy. Combine this with your morning sip for a moment of calm that ripples through the rest of your day. Finally, consistency. These small habits mean little if done once or twice, but do them every day, even imperfectly, and your body starts to anticipate healing. And if you're wondering whether all of this still matters, even if you're on medication or managing diabetes, heart conditions, or high blood pressure, the answer might surprise you. In fact, what I'm about to share may give you even more reason to try. You're never too old to try something new. One of the most painful lies I've heard from older men is, "It's too late for me." I've heard it whispered in exam rooms, masked with humor to hide the hurt beneath. Every time I look that man in the eye and tell him, "No, it's not too late. Your body hasn't given up. You've just stopped giving it what it needs." Trying something new at 60, 70, or even 80 isn't weakness. It's strength. It's choosing to believe that change is still possible, that life can still offer moments of vitality and joy. I've seen men in their 70s reclaim their morning energy. I've seen them rekindle intimacy in marriages that had gone quiet for years. And it didn't take surgery or prescriptions. It started with one small decision to stop accepting decline as destiny. This drink and the simple habits around it aren't trends. They're not magic. They're gentle tools that help your body do what it was designed to do: heal, circulate, connect, and feel. And that doesn't disappear with age. It just needs the right invitation to return. So don't let fear or doubt stop you. You're not too old. You're experienced. You've earned the right to feel good in your own skin again. And you deserve to wake up each morning with something to look forward to, especially when it's as simple and refreshing as a glass of cold coconut water with mint. If there's one thing I hope you take from this, it's that even the smallest change done with care and consistency can spark something powerful. You've just learned about a cold drink so simple it almost seems unbelievable: coconut water and mint. But science shows us why it works: the minerals, the hydration, the natural cooling effect, and how all of it comes together to improve blood flow exactly where so many men need it most. And you've seen how quickly it can act. 7 minutes. That's not a gimmick. That's your body responding when given the right signal. But it doesn't stop at the drink. It's about the habits that surround it: gentle movement, a small protein snack, deep breathing, a sense of intention in the morning. These aren't radical changes. They're subtle shifts that remind your body it's still capable, still strong, still worth investing in. More than that, this is about how you feel, not just physically, but as a man. I've sat with too many men who feel invisible, who carry quiet shame about what's changed with age. And I've seen the way that starts to lift when circulation improves, when energy returns, when intimacy feels possible again. That shift is real. It's not just about restoring function. It's about restoring dignity. Remember, your age is not a limitation. It's a starting point. Your years have given you wisdom. Now it's time to give your body the same care you've given everyone else in your life. You're not done. You're just beginning a new chapter, one that starts with one glass, one breath, one quiet morning of choosing yourself again. So try this tomorrow, not because I told you to, but because you deserve to feel what your body can still do. And when it works, and it will, I hope you'll come back and share your story. Because someone else, just like you, might be waiting to hear that it's not too late for them either.